What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. D. Culiante. I was about to rap, but I couldn't get the words out. But what's up, everybody? We are back. Oh, it feels so good to be back, man. And I'm not here by myself. Did you think I was here by myself? I got my player partner, Mr. Hilarious Darius, in the building, man. What is up, man? What's up?
How you doing, sir? What was with that laugh you just did?
I needed a moment to just laugh and get the audience ready for that
Okay.
introduction I gave you. That's what it
Okay.
was.
Hey, I appreciate it, but I was like, he really sold that laugh.
This is good. This is good. It feels good to be back.
Yes,
Feels so
sir.
good to be back, man.
Yes, sir.
How have you been? You know what I like to ask. How you been, brother?
I've been good. I'll keep it brief. I've been good. No complaints. Um, a lot of learning during this little sabbatical that we took, and ready to just get back at it and bring some value to some people's lives and have a good time
Yeah.
doing this thing with you. How about yourself?
Yeah, man. I've been good. A lot of growing and learning and meeting deadlines has been another round of those. Um, but just been good, man. Um, I know we did kind of take, like you said, sabbatic. What'd you say?
I said sabbatical is what I used.
Sabbatical. That was a great word. Look that up after the show. But for me, the world has been a little loud lately. So to take a little break and just kind of group, get some things done behind the scenes has been just well needed, man. So I'm feeling good, man.
Yeah, man, you looking good. You got a fresh fade, I'm seeing.
Woo! This fade is 4 hours old. It's 4 hours
Oh,
old.
dang, is that
Yeah,
old?
it's that old. It's already been four. It's yeah. I remember when I first got the fade. It was so fresh. Now it's 4 hours old. So, but yeah, man.
I got mine about 3 days ago, so I'm about 72 hours old on my haircut.
Yo, it's essential. It's needed, man. It's needed. You
But the
know
reason
how?
I mentioned the fade is because uh, my lady told me something this week that I wanted to pitch to you. She told me it's easier to talk trash to me when I don't have a fade.
Oh my goodness,
That's what she
that
told me.
that's true. I hate to say it. That's true though. It's so many insults come out. The tongue is uncaged when you're releasing your emotions on somebody who doesn't have a haircut. You know what I'm saying? You come up with the funniest, wittiest jokes when you're talking to somebody that doesn't have a haircut, or just when they're just lacking. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't talk to me like this. You got eye boogers in your eyes, and your hairline is doing this. It's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? How dare you talk to me? Your
No, I,
nose hairs is this long. How dare you say something?
I have noticed that people tend to talk a bit more trash before your haircut appointment. It's a lot of slick stuff. Like, and you get it from strangers. You like it don't have
Oh
to be
yeah,
people that know you. It just have
yeah,
to be like, man, get out of here, bro. Like,
yeah. And then when you really find out how people feel once you get the haircut, it's like, ooh, about time, because the way you was looking, your hair was getting longer. I didn't know if you was growing it out or dreading it up. I'm like, first of all, you don't know nothing about my culture. Nothing about my culture. Like, I watch BET. I know what's going on.
yeah, whenever you walk in a room and the first thing people mention is your appearance, like, oh wow, you got cleaned up, okay.
Yeah,
Oh wow,
yeah.
you took it down, you kept it low, all right, okay.
And it's just true, man. When you don't have that, your hair done, you know what I'm saying, you'll step behind, you're frustrated. You're
That's
just real
funny.
frustrated, man. I remember some of the fights that I saw back in high school. It was never between two people with haircuts. Two people with fresh lineups never got into it with each other. There was always somebody that didn't have a haircut and somebody with a haircut. It was never two girls with their hair freshly done. It's always somebody without one, somebody with one.
Someone in between
Somebody in between.
appointments.
You know what I'm saying? Your girl is on to something. I think your girl is really onto something. I've never seen a fist fight break out on picture day. I've never seen this.
Look, even professional fighters don't get haircuts before the fight.
Don't
Keep that edge.
keep, keep that energy. You know what I'm saying? Why you think rappers had their hair all, you know what I'm saying, rough up when they making that album? Because they need to pull from the streets. The hair long and
That's funny.
untamed, man.
That's
Untamed.
funny. I have a follow-up question for you. So, would you rather have a unexpected like period in between your haircuts, like your haircut takes longer to get cut, or would you rather just have a bad fade?
I would rather have put me on the wait list. You know what I'm saying? You wait for
Uh-huh.
everything anyway. You gotta wait when you go out to dinner. You gotta wait for the vaccine. I just wait. I'll be good.
I just had people talk trash to me for another week. I'll be
I
fine.
I'll take it because I feel like you can. Me personally, I'm gonna like when my hair gets too long, I start to trim up my face. Like I make sure like my beard
Mhm.
is shrunk and I line up my mustache. I try to like keep my face maintained as much as possible. So I be looking like a little boy in the face, but my hair be looking like just untamed. So I try to, or I wear really good cologne. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna smell good.
You overcompensate.
You know what I do? I show up on time.
You have to be punctual. You can't slip up if you ain't got the fade. You better not be late.
Time.
I know this snappy headed dude that show up late.
I'm asking people, what do you need before I leave? I stayed extra 5 to help people out. That's what I do when I ain't got no fade.
What you do when you get a fade? You leave early?
Oh yeah. I got to go. Man, people understand too. I understand why he called off today. He got somewhere to be. That fade is fresh. Yeah, he got paid today. He got stuff to do. Even doing this show, like when I got a fade on my end, everybody's like, "Oh yeah, take your time, have a great show." When I don't have a fade, I'm like, "You still working on that show? You ain't getting paid. What is you?" I'm not looking forward to this. I'm not looking forward to the show.
You know what's funny? There's been episodes where you have not wanted to shoot because your fade period would have been too long. You'd be like, yeah, we ain't got to shoot this week if you want to. I'm like, no, let's go. I got my fade. One of us at least has a fade. So what's funny is that this is the first time in a very long time where both of us got our haircut the same week because it's usually alternate.
Yeah, bro. And that comes from where I was getting my fade. I was traveling on a donkey through the desert
Bethlehem.
to go get a haircut. I was praying. I was praying for rain. I was like, God, make it rain. He was like, dig some holes. I was like, I don't want to dig. I'm tired. I'm hot. He's like, dig the holes. As soon as I dig the holes, the rain came. And I found a new barbershop close by my house. That's what happened. I got a blessing. That's why the fade, you're going to see more fades because God blessed my game and gave me a barber up the street. That's what happened.
Oh, that's hey, you know what's funny? Do you what are your thoughts on recommending your barber to other people?
Oh man. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. Yeah. This is
What
my man's.
what if their haircut, like what if they don't like their haircut the way you like your haircut from your barber? How do you handle that?
Well, you gotta. I mean, that's them because they not gonna get what I get. When I sit down, I'm like, listen, before you even turn the clippers on, let me tell you my goals. Let me tell you what I'm trying to get done. I'm running for mayor this week, and I need a haircut. I'm getting inducted to the NBA Hall of Fame. I need a fade. That's what I tell them. I start off with what I'm trying to get done this week. I'm graduating.
That's funny. You have to let them know how important this fade is for their business.
Graduating from my job training, my 2-week job training. I need a fade. That's what I do. I don't play around.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying? You must ain't got no big goals if you leaving my barber with a bad haircut.
Your goals ain't big enough.
Goals ain't big enough.
I grabbed all the goals that were available. I didn't do what was out there. I did what was available. But no, I remember one time my uncle came in town and he was like, hey man, how's your barber? I said, he was good. I've been with him 10 years, whatever. But my uncle's very particular as a person. So it's not anything about barber. It's just who my uncle is.
It runs in the family.
It runs. Like, do I not have a fade? What's happening?
No. You're very particular though. But
so,
continue.
so he was like, "Hey, can you call your barber and tell him I'm on the way?" So my barber cuts his hair, and it looked good to me. And he was like, it's just kind of. I said, "Nah, I ain't never recommended nobody to you no more. You got my name on the line, you know what I mean?" So somebody else asked me for a barber recommendation this week,
Ooh,
and that came to mind. I was like, nah, I don't need,
look,
you know.
I don't mean to cut you off. I gave a barber recommendation to my friend, and he did a no call, no show.
Oh,
Yeah, bro. And he didn't live in the city. So usually with my barber, if you miss an appointment, next time you go see him, you have to pay 2 times.
mhm.
You have to pay for the appointment that you wasted his time on. So the fact that my guy didn't live in the city and my barber found out, like, what's up with your man's? And he don't live here? Oh man. I thought I was gonna have to
Pay up.
I was gonna have to pay for him. So I definitely that's what I don't like. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because
If
it's
I
a
go in my bag, please follow through.
well, and that's the thing. I feel like it's a representation of the recommended party, and then also the barber. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like when you mix friends together. You be like, neither one of y'all better not embarrass me, because
Yeah. 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 That's so true, bro. Be on your best behavior.
yeah, be on your
Please.
best. Like
Please.
you better
Please.
not embarrass the family.
This is, this is it's my auntie's birthday. Please keep things under control. She may pull out some weapons, but please keep yourself under control. She has a license. She has a gun license. Listen, Mrs. Hilarious Dares, Easter just passed and family was in town. Oh man, great time. Did you have a great Easter?
I believe so. I believe I
Okay.
did.
Okay.
Sorry, I think it
I
was
know.
good. It was.
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago.
it
It
was
was
a
a
couple
couple of
weeks
weeks
ago.
ago.
It caught me off guard.
Okay. Well, I had a great Easter, man. Spent a lot of time with the family. Introduced the family to some new people in my life, man. Some new, kind of like what you did. Be on your best behavior. About to introduce you to my people. So I go home and my mom and my family's barbecuing. So my mom and aunt and people, all the ladies, majority of all the ladies go to the grocery store, and it's just me, my uncle, and my other aunt, and we just hanging out, catching up. So my aunt, if y'all remember, I have aunties that just got their gun license. So this is one of my aunts who's here, and she was like, Deontay, yo, let me show you what I brought with me. Now I'm thinking she's bringing, some souvenir from Dallas, you know what I'm saying?
Some
Dallas
cake.
Cowboy, something like that. Some who that we that stuff. No. No, actually she did. She bought out the heavy artillery, bought out the quarterback. She
Say,
was
call
all
this the Dak Prescott. It's under contract.
she was all like, shotgun, I'm gonna throw it deep. So her being a gun license owner, she packed 2 heavy hitters with her. I don't even know the type of guns they were. They were some handheld guns. They was some hand pieces. That's how I don't know a lot about guns. All right, don't judge me.
You showing yourself. That's
I'm
why I'm
sure.
not speaking up, because I don't know
Okay,
anything.
okay. So she's showing her guns and stuff, and I'm nervous. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what's going on. She takes the clip out. She thought she was Queen Latifah. Just took the gun apart like she's the equalizer, and was like, "Look, no bullets." I was like, "Oh, okay, all right, you're doing some of that, okay." She's like, "Look, I can do this." Ah, all right, that's impressive. She was like, "Your turn." I was like, "Whoa, hold on. I don't know how I feel about this." You know what I'm saying? She's like, it's easy. Here, just put the gun in your hand like this. I was like, okay, this doesn't feel right. She's like, oh, my bad. It's a left-handed gun. Switch hands. I was like, oh my goodness, hold on. I don't like this already. And so she was like, here, let me show you. So she was kind of pointing the gun, and there's nothing in the gun. There's no bullets, there's no clips, but she was pointing it at me. And I was like, hey, listen, I don't owe you no money. I was automatically about to plead with my life. I'm like, oh Lord, I don't like this. And so
Oh, it's funny.
she's like, oh, I'm sorry. But she was kind of just giving me an example of the gun. And my uncle steps in. He stepped, oh, no, let me show you Let me show you about this gun. He brought some guns too. He's a gun like.
Does he have a license or no license?
He has a license.
He had a temporary license.
the hard license coming in the mail. You know?
This is a temporary gun license. It's got crayon written on it. You're like, oh, you sure it's this valid?
So with him, he was kind of sharing with me kind of the do's and don'ts of having a gun. He was like, you know what, Deontay, if you don't have a gun, don't pull it out unless you're going to use it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? That makes a lot of sense, you know? And I mean, just overall, man, it was a weird experience, man, because it was kind of my first time kind of like really holding the gun and like, you know, really having a piece of steel in your hand. It's different. You know what I'm saying? Got a lot of power. So, long story short, my aunt has a gun license and I got a chance to kind of fellowship with her a little bit. And yeah, the story was 2 weeks ago. So I know I kind of butchered that story.
Right. You know, it's funny today. Somebody asked me, I was talking to somebody and they were like, hey, do you know it? They were talking about going to the shooting range. And they were like, hey, do you know where I can get some ammo from? And I said, I don't. And I said, I was just being funny. I said, yeah, I usually hire a shooter. I don't usually, I usually separate myself. I put some degrees of separation between us. Usually, but it was funny because they thought it was dead serious, but because of the way I delivered it, and I was like, that's funny. It's like, I don't know where to get ammo, but I can find somebody for the low if you want.
Go find my people. They just got their license. They gonna be like, come through with the handbook. Okay, now is he in your house? Is he in there? Is it a raccoon I'm shooting? What's going on? She was all about the book too. It was Googling stuff. I'm like, hold on, the gun is out on the table. There's no need for the Google to be out as well.
It's late to ask questions.
She was like, pull out your laptop. Told my uncle pull out his laptop. All right, not a problem. He was typing like he was a student in the state of Texas.
Like, oh, laws, no. They all paralegals now.
There's too much going on, man. Too much going on. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. You know what else has been going on this week? So for me, I've been running into a lot of situations where I'm guilt tipping. And for the audience that don't know what that means, that's where you go to a business and they ask you to tip, but they didn't really do anything. Like there's nothing tip worthy that they've done yet. At the end, at the bottom of that receipt or on the machine or whatever, it's asking you for a tip. So, Mr. Ellison, what are some of your thoughts when I initially kind of pitched that guilt tipping topic out there?
So I'm thinking these are like over the counter establishments. Mm-hmm. These are your Subways. These are your Arby's. These are stuff like that.
Does Arby's tips? Actually, the tip?
Man, I ain't been to Arby's in a while. So last time I was there, they didn't ask for a tip. They asked if I wanted Arby's sauce. They didn't ask me if I wanted to give to their contribution. No, usually they don't, man. Usually it's the people who make the food right in front of you. Mm-hmm. It's the like you said, the Subway. Freebirds do ask you if you want to tip, if you want to tip somebody. So that's what I see at those kind of like at those type of establishments. But as far as being guilty into tipping, nah. I keep those emotions.
You keep those emotions.
Keep those emotions
keep those
hidden. Keep those in check. The only emotions I'm showing is the hunger. I'm like, listen, how fast can I get that sandwich out your head?
You don't ever feel guilty at the tipping? Even not just the over the counter ones, but even like as server. Do you ever feel guilty? Like, I shouldn't be feeling this emotion.
I don't know if the guilty, but I do. I feel like I do feel like it's some sort of obligation in a way to tip. Like if you're at a restaurant, like, all right, I'm gonna tip. Mm-hmm. And if you got it and you at one of those establishments, like, all right, but it got to be good service. Like
And
It has to be
that's
good
my
service.
thesis. I feel like
That's
is
the thesis. Okay.
that's my thesis for this argument. Is I feel like it's a bunch of subpar people requesting tips, and they try to like guilt you, and I fall for it. Like maybe 2 out of 5 times. That feels kind of high. Maybe 1 out of 5,
Okay.
right? But like I don't know. It's been something that's been bothering me for at least a month because I'm noticing it high. Because even some of these places have like COVID premiums. Like if you look at the receipt, it'll be like, just to assure that our staff makes a good living is a COVID tax. I'm like, I'm choosing to do business with you. Why am I being charged a COVID tax?
Hey, some of our employees still need a vaccine, so
Hey,
but
you
I
gonna
ask that
pay
you
for
chip
it.
in. I ask you chip into the. Hey, we try to get a pizza after this, so I want to know if you can.
We're doing a potluck. We're trying to raise the funds to get the
We
food.
trying to buy backpacks for the neighborhood.
And we want you to contribute.
Oh my goodness! Why Chipotle asking me about this? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness!
It's like you don't want to take some of your profits and just donate to what you're doing, your
Y'all
cause.
looking like y'all doing pretty good here.
This place looks about 60% occupied.
I think I seen another Subway 2 miles up the road. I think y'all doing pretty well.
Sound like you have a budgeting problem. Sound like you need to cut elsewhere. Instead of increasing your income, why don't you try cutting your expenses?
Yeah, they all like, listen, if you don't tip, the next time you come here, we're gonna have Italian Italian cheese, not Italian.
Look, let me tell that story. So I went to Subway. I have a bunch of terrible stories, but these recently happened. I went to Subway, and I have a very similar to my uncle. I have a very particular sandwich that I
I
order.
told you y'all related. I knew y'all was related. As soon as you said particular, I was like, yeah, that runs in the bloodline. Y'all was particular when y'all was slaves. I'm particular on what labor I'm gonna be doing. They didn't know if they wanted to put y'all outside or in the house. Y'all very particular. That brown bag, little brown bag special stuff didn't really work for y'all. Y'all a little too educated. They're like, I don't know, man. He's good at organizing the stuff, man. Keep him inside.
He uses words like sabbatical.
He uses great words like that. Keep him in here.
Very particular slaves. That's hilarious.
It runs in the family.
So I have a very particular sandwich that I like from Subway.
Oh my goodness.
So for real, like this is years of going to Subway.
You get the same sandwich as
I
Subway?
get the same sandwich. Yes, I have the same.
How come I didn't know this?
Breaking news. I get the same sandwich.
I really wish I would have known this because I would have chose wisely 10 years ago being your friend.
You'd have been more particular.
I would have been more particular.
That's where you messed up.
I didn't know I didn't know you ordered the same thing as Subway. That's funny. I never put two and two together. We went to Subway a couple times.
Yeah.
I never put two and two together.
Same sandwich every time. But you know what's funny? You would always try to impose your appetite on my sandwich.
I
You
do.
put some bell peppers. What a vegetable salad? Is that your sandwich? You got yours up there. Make sure you tip my man. Because this is my sandwich. This is my lane.
That is so true. Oh my goodness. Dude.
You would always try to impose on my sandwich.
Listen, to the audience out there, if we ever get big enough where we're getting approached at Subway and you ask for an autograph, I'm gonna sign that piece of paper and take that picture, but I'm gonna also tell your Subway man to put some tomatoes on your sandwich. You're gonna think I'm a jerk.
Like the other D is that. The jerk. What?
I'll be like,
ruin my sandwich.
I'm gonna be like, I know. I'm gonna do the dance. From the 90s. Oh my goodness, that's funny.
So I'm asking this dude to make my sandwich, and I start off with the bread. I know exactly what I want, right? So I said, "Can I get a foot long Italian urban cheese. And the kid goes, we don't have any of that right now. All we have is Italian cheese. I messed up the recipe. I forgot to put the herb on it.
Man had a bad day.
I said, yeah, he said, all we got is white wheat. I said, what? It threw my whole game off. I went from a foot long to a 6 inch. I said, hey, let me get a 6 inch player. And I tried to build the rest of the sandwich. And then I get to the thing and they asked me for a tip. And I was like, y'all can't even get the Italian herb and cheese part right. Like, why am I about to tip? Like, I'm not doing this. So that was one
That
situation.
is funny. Okay, so I went to Freeburgs. I think that's how you say it.
Yeah, you're saying it right.
Okay.
Free birds, I think is how you say it.
Freeburgs.
Birds, like a bird. I feel like you got an extra B in there. He's like free blurbs. Blurbs.
Hi. So I go to Freeburgs. Birds.
Yeah, like Birdman with an S. Plural. Cash money.
Y'all got some days on here. It's like DJ Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Gay. Okay. All right. Tighten up. Tighten up. Okay.
Oh my gosh, you got me crying over here, bro. That was funny. I got some fans.
Okay. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second.
You gotta go out to check it.
Gotta come out to check it, y'all.
Funny.
All right, y'all. The show about to get started now. All right, here we go. So I go to Freebirds and I walk in, and first of all, I'm greeted with one of the sales associates.
Y'all got names on names of All right, I'm done. That was beautiful. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes. All right.
Oh, that's funny.
So the guy is on top of his game as soon as I walk in the door. As soon as I walk in, he's all like, hey, are you picking up? I was like, nah. He's like, you didn't place an online order? I was like, no, sir. All right, cool. Meet me down here. Meet me down there. All right, man. What do you want? What can I get started for you today? I'm like, I'm gonna get a free bird burrito. Oh, perfect, man. And everything I put on my sandwich, he hyped me up. Oh, you gonna do cilantro rice? Perfect. Yeah, that's what I'll do. You gonna get some lettuce and tomatoes? Oh, yeah. I'm putting everything on there. Every item just got me more excited about the sandwich because the energy he was giving me. And he was saying stuff like, man, I like you, man. That's what I put on mine. So he was saying a lot of stuff like that. So by the time we got to the register, I was asked, hey, would you like to tip? I was like, sure. I had a great experience. Every condiment was a great experience. So I'm asked out loud. That was kind of new. He asked me out loud, how much would you like to tip? And got my man sitting there. I'm like, $2. Like, $2, not a problem. But what ended up kind of being a little loophole is that I signed up to be like a free birds member, and it took off $2. So the $2 that I was going to tip was taken off my whole entree order, and so I ended up still paying the same amount, which was awesome. I didn't have to pay $9; I paid $7.
That's funny.
So yeah, man.
That's funny. I know, like, another thing for me is sometimes because I don't like that public announcement of how much of a tip do you want to leave. And then I went one place and they was like, do you want to leave 10%, 15%, or 20? I said, wait, I got to do math. I got to see numbers in front of me. You can't just throw it out like that. But something else happened to me at a restaurant. This happened yesterday. So this one's fresh off the press. And so I wanted to get a pizza yesterday. Okay. And I wanted to do a carry out special. And I'm walking into the establishment and I'm seeing a bunch of COVID signage You know what I mean? Like the ones where they say like only two people in the store at one time, no mask, no entry, we not playing no games, practice social distancing, a lot of that going on, right? So I walk in there and it's me and this other customer, and it's just the two of us, right? And I'm seeing an assembly line of workers assembling the pizzas, and it's like dinner rush, so it's a bunch of orders coming in. Uh, None of them have gloves on.
Ah,
Every everybody is touching your pizza. They playing patty cake. They doing the Macarena. It was
doom,
just like
doom,
they
doom.
was.
Touch. They had Omarion playing in the background. Touch. Doom, doom, doom. Oh, baby, by the way.
It was just a lot of unnecessary touching. I felt like, and they didn't have gloves on, and it kind of threw me off. And I was like, okay. And everybody, like one of the dudes looked sweaty, like his
Ah,
mask was,
man.
under his nose, and I was like, and nobody had gloves on, and I was like, yo, if I get sick, like I know where this came from, and
So let me ask you a question.
okay,
And I guess I have to answer it as well. But like when you see stuff happening right in front of you that just goes against your moral code, do you immediately say something, or does it have to, or do you kind of wait? Because it sounded like you was in a, like you said, like at the pizza spot, everybody's
yeah.
kind of working kind of fast. So are you? Because there's some people that's gonna like shut down the whole
Oh yeah,
operation.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
And it's weird, bro, because like I don't like too much attention on me.
Yeah.
And the thing is, um, I always have to like have counsel with somebody else to make sure I'm not tripping.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I try to not be too emotional and be like, oh, what the other side was I was really hungry. So that was the other thing working against me. But when I got back to the car, I was like, I had a look of concern on my face, a look of worry. And my lady was like, you all right? What, did they say something? She goes, did they say something to you? Like I didn't have a fade or something. And I was like, I was like, I said, nah, baby, they ain't saying nothing. Because one thing I like about her is she's always prepared to defend my honor when it comes to like customer service. She does this thing where like we'll have a terrible experience or something happen, and she usually calls after the fact, which I can
Mhm.
appreciate, right? But she'll go around the corner, and the stuff that she comes back like out of negotiations is very funny. Like she'll be like, "Hey, I got you 2 credits, and they say they're going to give you some stock at a discount." So,
Oh,
like,
that's funny. That's
how
funny.
you negotiate stock, baby girl? So,
Come in with the lawyer team and everything. Coming in with the handbook. It says here they all googling stuff right in front of them. Yeah, she's right. She's right.
she's a cold piece. So um she was asking like, is everything cool? I was like, yeah, I mean it's cool. But I said nobody had gloves on. She was like, I'll call them and I'll find out what's going on. And I was like, all right, so it's out of my hands, I outsource. How do you typically handle that situation?
Um, dude, it's tough. Um, so I don't know. I try to depending on the environment, man. I try to handle it the best way that I can. Like I don't want to be too out loud with it, but I'm not going to put myself in a situation that's going to make me sick. So, quick story. So, same similar type of situation. With this week I had some deadlines due, so I decided to kind of jump on the day early. And I was like, I'm going to go get me a breakfast taco and I'm going to go work on my paper. So, I go to my favorite spot. I ain't even gonna say it because they did me wrong. I ain't gonna out them out like that. You know what I'm saying? But I go to my favorite breakfast spot and I order a bean, egg, and cheese burrito. And they give you a pretty nice size burrito, bro. Like for $2, like 2.30. This thing is like you hold it like this. You can do one of these with the burrito. get your biceps and your triceps together. You know what I'm saying? Get your stomach full while doing this. that's, that's, that's the side effects of the burrito. Strong biceps and a full stomach.
For two
So
dollars and 30 cents.
$2.30. So I I'm on the phone, you know what I'm saying, with one of my lady friend, and I'm watching where I'm sitting at. I can see the guy making my burrito. And so he's doing everything correctly. He scoops the beans on there. I see my man scoop the eggs on there. And he places the burrito down. All that's left is the queso. That's cheese in Spanish.
In case for the non-Spanish speaking audience that we have as our follow.
So all of a sudden, man, everything changes, right? He turns into a criminal. My man goes and grabs the bag of queso. And this guy literally sticks his raw hand in the bag of queso, elbow deep. Comes out with a handful of cheese.
That's gross, bro.
And with this handful of cheese, I'm thinking he's thinking, I'm about to hook my man up with all this queso and germs. So he sprinkles and let it rain like a Kirk Franklin song on my burrito. Like it's 94 or something, 97. Wraps it up tight, seals it, put the aluminum on there, and hands it to the lady like nothing happened. So she calls me up, your food's ready. And I look at this man. He's not even man enough to look me in my face. He has his face turned to the wall like he's in timeout. I'm furious. The lady goes, it'll be $2.30. All right, I'll pay you a little fee. I'll pay the fee. Then she goes, would you like to leave a tip? Dude, what I wanted to do, I wanted to throw the burrito away in front of her and then say, no me gusta your burrito, brother.
No me gusta.
And leave the establishment. That's what I wanted to say. But I didn't.
You ate it.
I didn't eat it. I did not eat the burrito. I did not eat that burrito. I went outside and drove to my lady friend's house and I threw it away in her garbage. You know what I'm saying? Probably should have gave it to a neighborhood cat or something. You know, that's, you know.
I don't think cats eat burritos. The cat would have been like, did he touch this with his hands? I don't want this. Get this away from me.
Yeah, man. So it was a bad experience. And unfortunately, I don't think I'll be giving them any of my services.
I was gonna ask if you're just gonna go back.
No, you. And the funny thing is, there's another place like right down the road, and it's always busy. And now I'm like, I'm ready to see what that hype is about because they must not be touching on cheese there.
Yeah.
You know, that's why this place is not as busy because they, you know. And here's the thing, everybody in there was in there just eating. He was the only cook at the time. I'm like, he's. You know, everybody's walking out there with strong biceps and full stomachs.
Well, and
the side effects of his burritos.
Well, and that's what was interesting about my situation with it actually being pizza, because, like I mentioned before the show, like had this been a couple years ago, if you would have seen somebody touching all on your pizza, you knew it was gonna be a good pizza. Like if they throwing it in the air, catching it with the elbows and stuff, you'd be like, this pizza about to be amazing. Like the way, you know, if somebody does that little pizza thing and they do it well enough, they get a round of applause. You know what I'm saying? Those days are gone. Do not touch my pizza barehanded.
And that's what I'm saying. Like he tried to make me a homemade taco like I was one of his kids, dog. I ain't one of your kids, bro. Put them gloves on, bro.
But you know, this brings up another interesting point because I pitched it to the group. And I said, yo, my man's none of them had gloves on. It was like 7 people. Like it was a basketball team with a couple reserves. Everybody got to touch the ball. Everybody got to touch the rock.
They play like the Golden State Warriors, Spurs. Everybody touches.
A lot of dough movement going on. Triangle offense with my pizza. So I was pitching it to the group. I was like, yo, they didn't have gloves on. And somebody brought to me, they said, you know what's interesting? I've noticed that even people that wear gloves during all this COVID stuff, a lot of them don't have good glove etiquette. Like they touch more things with the gloves on than they would have if it's their own bare hands.
That's education, man. That is lack of education. It's unfortunate. Myself has fall victim of that.
You were
Having a
touching
pair of,
pizza
oh
dough.
man, not pizza dough, but I wasn't using my gloves responsibly, and I had to check that real quick, man. I was I was being supervised, and the person who was supervising me was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I was like, "Oh no, I'm changing these out. That's what I'm doing." I just saw the look at it. I just saw the look, and the supervisor. I said, nah, I'm about to leave some money on the table if I keep these gloves on. Let me change them out. Let me waste the company's money, not mine. We'll ask for a tip at the end. That's how you get your money back. That's how you pay for the gloves. You ask for the tip.
That's funny, bro. That's funny. No, I've noticed that a lot of people don't have good glove etiquette. You know what's very funny, bro?
Hmm.
I'm about to out my mom here. My mom wears gloves for everything. She was like this before the pandemic. She's a over like she's an over glove user. That's how I'll put it. She like sometimes the gloves don't match the activity, right? So like if she's cleaning up, she'll wear gloves. Makes sense. If she's taking out the trash or gathering trash, whatever, makes sense. Um, she'll have gloves doing activities with like little ones, like crayons. I'm like, really? Do you need? Are the crayons that dangerous? But she always wears gloves, and it's like she'll try to offer you gloves, but the gloves only fit her. Like that's not gonna fit
Oh,
my big old hand.
that's funny. I would hate because I love banana pudding. And I would hate for somebody to be making my banana pudding with gloves on. That I'd be like, listen,
Really,
yeah, because I don't want that smell or like,
the latex thing.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't want that. First of all, you got to make banana pudding with love, okay?
not
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 gloves,
caution.
not gloves, right? I think that's one entree. I'm like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. No glove.
So you would let that man that made your burrito make your banana pudding?
No,
What if he scooped your banana pudding like this?
no, no, no. You know what? No, don't bring him up anymore.
I found the hole in your thesis, sir.
All right, all right. No glove, no love. How about that? Love, no love. We gonna keep things gloved up.
That's funny. Now it's been a very interesting past couple of weeks, and this kind of brings us to our final topic here for this episode. But one thing that was interesting is we kind of took this break from the show unintentionally that first week, and then the second week was more intentionally. Um, but I think it's very important that we unplug on a consistent basis, not just us on the show, but also the audience. Just be mindful of like sometimes being in the hustle and bustle of life all the time can just kind of mess with your mental a little bit. So let's talk about unplugging for a little bit. What are some of your thoughts?
um, yeah. Um, you got to. I think it's hard because you get so used to kind of your routine. You get so used to a routine where, you check in your phone for, social media updates or emails or texting. Um, and it can be kind of a challenge because you don't want to seem too detached from the your people, because that's how you kind of justify it. I'm keeping in contact with my people, my
Yeah.
loved ones. First of all, these social media sites don't close. Okay, they gonna be there. Everybody shows up on time to social media. Nobody shows up late to social media. They clock in and they in there overtime.
That's hilarious.
So, so you just gotta be mindful of your own mental psyche, and I think that's kind of like, I think it's important. I think you feel better, you feel cleansed, you know and you're not so like anxious to kind of run to every notification.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we be hurdling over trash buckets and mop buckets to get to a phone. You be having your gloves on, like, oh, I gotta get
Got
to this
that.
notification.
Forget to switch them out.
So yeah, man, it's a couple more ideas I have about unplugging, But that's kind of like my
Yeah.
initial thoughts
Yeah, I
on it.
agree with you, man. I think what I learned during this little break is that it's okay for things to wait, you know? Like everything in my mind, everything's urgent when in reality it's really not. So being forced to look into other forms of like being present and other forms of like entertainment or distracting myself, if you will, um, became a challenge, and I found out that I'm like addicted to my phone.
Mm,
Like I've always kind of prided myself on, oh, I can quit social media. And I'm not really that active outside of this show. Like before this show, I was always either posting about comedy shows and I would take giant gaps. Like I would disappear like like Batman or like 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 the Avatar or something. I don't know. But
man, Batman shows up when.
no, okay. But I was talking about the Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises. Batman was gone for like 8 years.
Oh,
Anyway, I just watched it. You're not gonna poke holes in my thesis. No. But
okay,
but,
okay.
but no, I'll disappear. But I thought that like, oh, because I'm not into social media or whatever, I'm good. But what was happening was I still developed probably a more intense phone addiction because I had to find other ways and other apps to distract me from from the world. So it's funny because some of the apps that I go to are like articles, news articles, um, financial news, stuff like that. Check my email more than the average person. So it's just the different things that I'll go to. But I just realized that, like, yo, a lot of this stuff is not that important. It can wait. Like, let me spend time with those around me. Let me spend time with people who actually I have a relationship with offline. Let me
Yeah,
begin to cultivate some of those offline relationships. So that's been a focus of mine these past few weeks. And I feel better because of it. So,
yeah, man.
but yeah.
I think for me, man, well, I had to kind of get off just because of just school stuff. I like Instagram a lot. You know what I'm saying? But what I did notice that Instagram keeps going without you. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you, man. I think
It's
like you're easily replaceable.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. The ball keeps rolling without you. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like okay, all right, we'll be okay. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But I found myself um kind of adding new apps to my phone during
Mhm.
this time. So I picked up this game that's kind of amusing. I
Mhm.
like it. So I'm playing. I didn't have no games on my phone, but I finally got one. And then I picked up this coloring book app. I don't use it. I'm probably gonna delete it. And then I picked up this news app. Probably gonna delete that one too. Um, but I spent a lot of time on my game and YouTube, and I've been finding myself just watching different stuff, different things that kind of interest me. A lot of things revolving around just stuff that's happening in different cities. So whether that's just how the criminal system works, news, just what's going on in different cities. So I've been kind of watching that. I've been watching trials and like court stuff, like
Mhm.
long prosecutors and lawyers kind of going at it, and find that kind of interesting. And then hoarding. That's been it's been a new one too.
That
I
show's
just
gross.
that's it's like a guilty pleasure, you know?
Yeah.
Like you just like I don't know. It's just
So,
it's
do you feel better about yourself when you watch those hoarding shows? Like, what does it do for you?
not the hoard. Well, I feel better. No, I don't know. To answer your question, no.
Okay.
It's so hard to kind of watch a full episode. Like I struggle because I just get so cringed out. 'Cause I'm like, this
Mhm.
is so nasty. But then I'm like, let me clean my room. Let me clean up and let me start another episode. This one's getting too nasty. So I get 10 minutes into an episode that I'm like, okay, this is enough. Need to go outside, get some fresh air. I just start imagining like how like that will kind of have a bad like how like I will handle that situation.
Yeah.
Because people are so like in denial, like I ain't got no problem. You know what I'm saying? The city ready to evict them and stuff. They're like, hey, I don't know what to do. I gotta keep everything, you know. I know it's a serious problem, but it's interesting.
It isn't, yeah.
You know,
What would you hoard? Like, what kind of hoarder would you be?
I think it would be like magazines. I used to
Interesting.
have, and I still got a whole box. I almost looked at it. I still have the box, but
Let's pull it all out.
I really was.
Playboy, no. Oh, sorry.
Whoa, I didn't say that. I ain't even say that. I ain't say that.
Shit, Anthony. Oh, sorry. Hustlers. Oh, sorry.
Okay, all right, calm down, sir. Calm down. So okay, funny story. So I used to not when I was 18, I wasn't a reader like that. So a way I got into reading was hip hop magazines and like Jet magazines and like Ebony. And then that kind of evolved for me getting into like urban fiction. I used to kind of start off reading that. Then it was like books and stuff. But like magazines, like I'm such a fan of like a dope like magazine. Like
Wait, switch that up. You said, what did you say? A dope magazine?
yeah, like a cool.
Oh,
like a cool.
I thought you said adult magazine.
No. Like a very cool. Listen, hold on.
You gotta show the audience.
Okay, I know, cause I have them right here.
Okay, let me see.
So I have a lot. So I bought like this is like a wellness time magazine. This is some like dental stuff. And this is a Ludacris one, you know?
Of course.
Ludacris, Kendrick Lamar, you know, Tupac, stuff like that. That's not a magazine. But I don't know. Like I think if I was to hoard stuff, I have like a room full of like all my hip hop magazines and like I'd be like, hey, don't touch my magazines. I'm be an old man. Don't touch my magazines. That's Kendrick Lamar. No, I mean that's Fetty Wap. Rappers who ain't even popular no more. That's a Fetty Wap magazine. It's gonna be worth a lot of money one day. So I think that's something I'll probably hoard. Because I really like magazines.
That's funny.
What about you? What is that?
I don't know, bro. I think, I write a lot of ideas down and I have a ton of notepads just with various ideas, various interests. It could be comedy stuff. It could be some of the articles that I'm reading. It could be whatever I'm kind of learning at that time. I have kind of a notebook designated to it. Mm-hmm. So what's really cool is to go back and look at some of those older notebooks. So to look at jokes I wrote in like 2009 is super fascinating because it's like, wow, I was very young mentally, still mature for that age, but just the things that was important to me and in the world at that time were just very kind of interesting to see.
Ooh,
I have a bunch of. Go ahead.
I think I would. I think I'll be the guy who comes in like, we got to get all this cleaned up. And you're gonna be like, no. I'm gonna be like, yeah. And I'm gonna take it and use it. Use your ideas. Start a YouTube channel. Start a comedy career. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. Okay. All right. I like this joke.
So, but yeah, I have a lot of papers in regards to stuff like that and different ideas, different business ideas that I may have been interested in at one point and another. A bunch of notes on like different industries. So I can see myself just like, but what's funny is my handwriting, I don't have the best penmanship. It's cool, you know what I'm saying? But people always say I write like I'm trying to keep a secret. So they say you write like you want nobody to know what you're writing. Like, well, yeah, you got people like Deontay that want to take off. I want to steal my career.
I'm the first and the second D of this experience.
But yeah, man. But it's just fun.
Yeah, man. So I guess just to sum it up, I know we kind of went on a tangent, but just to sum it up, it's the time away has been needed and it has been educational and just like I said, just a time to kind of like put your energy in other places. I'm on level 23 on my game. I got my homework done. So yeah, just kind of been thinking about other things, man, other ideas, and yeah. So long story short, it's like a
Repeat
conversation.
yourself.
Long story short, I'm all looking around at my magazines. I'm sorry.
You ready to read a magazine?
I'm like, yeah. But I definitely think to the audience out there, find that balance, man, where you can allow yourself, give yourself permission to have these moments where you can detach, because the world is loud. There's so much going on right now, man, and you become numb, and people's opinions um, can be loud and just, man, and here's the thing, I think it's my last little funny example. I'm gonna get away from this topic, but you know everybody, I even changed my music a little bit
Mhm.
during this break. So I've been listening to they call it lo-fi hip hop. Like,
What is that?
so basically it's just like coffee coffee shop hip hop, like just
What's,
low like beats. It's no rapping. It's just beats.
okay.
It just sounds. It's dope. I mean, I gotta sing some stuff, but um everybody, and here's my thing, everybody wants to sell you something, like
Yeah.
whether it's hip hop, your favorite artists, these commercials, us, um just everything. And like I said, everybody's, it's just so loud, so you got to kind of like detach away from that. I can't support nobody's hustle right now. I need some me time.
Oh, that's
You know what I'm
interesting.
saying?
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
everybody's trying to throw you they ideas and hustle. You like,
That's interesting. That may
you
be
know what I'm
something we
saying?
may
Or
have to
agendas
explore.
and stuff. Yeah, or their agenda, what they're working on, or what they want you to believe. It's like, so I think for me during this time, I kind of got into my own thoughts a little bit and just kind of relaxed and found just things that interest me. Um, so I recommend it to the audience out there, man.
That was good, sir. That was good. I like that. Can't support someone else's hustle right now. We're gonna have to elaborate on that in a future episode because that got my gears turning up here. So, um, but yeah, man, I think this has been an amazing episode. Like you said, audience, please take a moment or hour or 30 minutes for just you. Don't support nobody else's hustle but yours. Be selfish with it. And Mr. Elson, I have you do the famous outro.
All right. Okay. Listen, I have been doing this for how many weeks now?
I think this is episode 26, I believe.
So 26 weeks.
And we're gonna say 26 weeks. Yes, sir.
26 weeks, and every week I learn something new. I gain a different perspective, and I just enjoy bringing fun and information to you all, man. So thank you once again for tuning into this episode. Thank you if you listening through Apple or through Spotify or just on YouTube or just watching us on Instagram, man. Thank you for supporting us. Tap in. If you got some ideas, let us know, man. You know what I'm saying? We also looking for some dope people to kind of collab with as well, man. So just tap in, and we're gonna see y'all next episode, man.